I'm a theme park designer. Currently, I'm planning to go on site on Malaysia in the next couple of years. My ultimate goal is to work in Walt Disney Imagineering.
I'm doing the private banking. I'm just working very hard every day and hope to get promotion.
Being able to flex and adapt to the situation is an important thing. Is something that I don't have much difficulty in doing.
Currently, I'm working towards my career, how I can grow as a theme park designer. But eventually, it would be nice if I can find someone to settle down with and start a life. Saving is important because you need some kind of income stability.
5C is a bit outdated, and I think now it's more about like your job title, which place you work, and where you travel to.
I believe it's important to keep an open mind. I also make it a point to stay plugged on issues beyond my field. I believe it's fun debating people. It's a good thing to have your assumptions and your opinions challenged.
I'm a project architect. Some people do get too purist, but architecture is so much more than that. We've got to consider engineering aspect, design aspect, human behavior.
I believe in gaining new experiences. Recently I've been to the Laneway Festival, the Stereosonic, and recently I tried dining in the dark. Next up on my bucket list would be Machu Picchu.
I actually recently just came back from Thailand. What we did was cycle from Thailand all the way back to Singapore in 4 days. A lot of people think it's crazy, but I love the challenge.
I would prefer to immerse myself in the culture of the city or the country that I'm in. Recently, I was in Turkey. I would sit in the cafes and people watch. And when I was in New York, I went off Broadway to catch a show called Sleep No More, which is a pretty unique and quite different kind of Broadway experience.
I've been to EDC and things like WOMAD, and it exposes me to different cultures, new music, which is something that I love.
I like geography, I like history, I like culture. Before I decide on a place where I want to go, definitely read up on the history and the culture. I just did backpacking in Greece and Myanmar last year. I did volunteer work in Cambodia. That was my birthday and I kind of feel that I want to give back to something.
There was an interesting event, it was called Holi. Basically it was a festival where they were celebrating colours and the energy was really great.
Sometimes the Singaporeans are a bit too myopic. We do forget to take in world views. I do actively actually listen to BBC. Sometimes I think I try this NPR. I subscribe to Economist, I subscribe to Monaco, design business magazines as well, to just keep me aware of what is going on around the world.
Someone I would look up to would be someone who is versatile, someone who's flexible, is able to diversify beyond just one thing.
One person I could think of would be Anthony Bourdain. I like how he travels freely around the world. He's free to exploration.
I do enjoy getting out there, but every once in a while, even the most confident individuals need kind of a security net to fall back onto sometimes.
Yeah, at this point of time, I don't want to be too rational. Jump at something, seize the opportunity. But of course, there's a certain part of me that still kind of pulls back to look at time and cost implications. In a way, I would try to kind of pull back a bit and see what can I do about my life.
I'm not really a beer connoisseur, so I just select drinks whichever the group wants or whatever the place offers. So yeah, I try not to make things too difficult.
Of bars, and then we just do bar hops. We actually do visit places like Club Street, screening rooms. Definitely look at what happy hour offer us, but sometimes the preference is to go for what's on tap.
Normally we will just order the baseline Japanese or European beers like Asahi, Whole Garden.
With my gang, while I was in army and I was uni, we hang out at Timber, we hang out at Wallace. It kind of bring back the good old days, the school days, and definitely we'll order something more familiar. Yeah, we just get Heneiken, we get Carlsberg, listen to the good old music.
When I'm feeling experimental, I usually go for indie beers. However, when I'm in a new atmosphere with new crowds, I usually go for something that I've tried before, something familiar, like Heneiken, Corona, or Carlsberg.
I hang out at places like Combi Rocks. I don't really go to clubs and stuff anymore. It's more about, relaxing, being with friends, enjoying the ambience these days.
These days, my friends and I would we would rather go to like open bar, bistro. In Singapore, you're like you're in a dense urban jungle, a concrete jungle, and it's good to have something different once in a while.
People going to Madman will be interesting people. The managers is definitely more friendly and they will talk to you and make you feel you're special.
I've tried a craft beer called Hitachino, but it's a one-off thing, and I always go back to Heneiken in the end. It's always the one drink that I'm always comfortable with.
Heneiken before, because that was quite cool for the young working professions. But now it's too common, so we switched to another European brand like Edinger or Whole Garden.
I think you only excite me if you tell me like beers from, I think, Tibet, some Nordic countries, or Iceland.
I've recently read about how German hunters used to consume Jägermeister, and also how Asahi used to sow the seeds in space, and historical facts like this makes brands more interesting.
I actually appreciate the craftsmanship behind creating something, and really once you actually watch it and how scientific and how detailed the work is, you'll really be sold for life.
Probably between Tiger, Carlsberg and Heineken, I would choose Heineken. It's good, but it's not fantastic. There isn't really anything special.
Heneiken, it was a big drink for me when I was young. Clubbing, it brings a summer feeling to me. It's always about party, sun. Sometimes nowadays it feels a bit escapist.
Heineken is really versatile because you don't really know where is it from. It can be from America, it can be from Europe. But the one thing that it reminds me of is Monaco, because Monaco is very international, and like its cafes in Tokyo, they serve a selection of food like katsu baguette, which is a fusion of Western and Japanese style.